I let people do whatever they need to do, unless if I'm overwhelmed. If I'm overstimulated, cut it out. Anyway, hi, girly.
Hi, girly.
I'm Eliana,
And I'm Derek.
and this is
Episode 7
of the book club
for the girlies.
So, on today's episode of For the Girlies,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be chatting about Kennedy Ryan's This Could Be Us.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yes. So, this is the second book in
the Skyland series.
Yeah.
And she just announced yesterday, that book 3 is coming out. Hendrix' book.
Oh, yes. I saw that when I was reading.
In May. But I'm excited nonetheless.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be on our list after the last two reads that we just had.
Come on.
And I mean,
we love you, Miss Ryan.
Be sure to be kind to one another in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to us. Mm-hmm. Be kind to the authors, please. And be kind to yourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, before we get started, please be sure that you have subscribed, that you like this video, and make sure that you're engaging, that you're commenting, and letting us know how you feel about everything that we're talking about today.
Yes, let's get into it. Also, make sure you have those notifications on so you know when we post.
Absolutely. So, okay. Are we ready to get started?
I'm so ready to get started.
Okay.
Okay.
We are hopping into just a quick little intro of this book. Mm-hmm. As we said, written by Miss Kennedy Ryan, quickly becoming one of my favorites as well. I know she's already one of yours. Mm-hmm. What else can we say about this book? Would you say it was a long read, a short read?
For me, it was a quick read. Mm-hmm. I was done with it in a day, a work day.
Wow. Well,
a work day and then that night.
You're listening to your books though too, right?
I listen and then I read on when I can.
Okay.
So when I'm on break, I'll read.
For me, it was a short read because I loved it. I will notice a pattern here. If I really am enjoying something, mm-hmm. It's a short read. I want more of the characters and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's a short read. In terms of how it's formatted, Soledad and Judah's point of view.
Mm-hmm. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
Yeah, me too. I love that. And we do get some kind of flashbacks sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
When they're retelling stories about
the past.
Yeah.
I do find that when I'm reading, it's quicker and they're slower on audio sometimes. I have to I'm speed it up.
Speed it up. Okay.
But they're doing, they're putting on a performance.
This is true. And you do like a show.
She does. Okay. All right, so let's get into the likes and dislikes. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
So in terms of my likes, mm-hmm. I love Soledad and Judah as people.
I thought you would.
Yeah, they're great characters. I also like the inclusion of neurodivergent children. Mm-hmm. And I especially like the fact that she chose to have a Black single father be the main caretaker of them. Mm-hmm. And also the fact that we got to see what it was like to parent them. I thought that was awesome.
Right?
Yeah. What did you like?
So same. I love that we got to see a Black single father taking care of his autistic sons. I loved that his relationship with Tremaine. They touch on it themselves. They said they work so well as co-parenters, and they really were. They were such a solid team. I loved that for the boys.
It was kind of out of this world.
No, for sure. They were. I pray that all children with any
have a
kind
team
of forms,
like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, all children have a team like that, but specifically kids who
are neurodivergent.
Are living with different types of disabilities. I love the way Ryan, Miss Kennedy Ryan, humanizes parents in this book. Moms are just people, and I love that she really humanized parents in this book. All parents, from Soledad's mom.
That's a
Tremaine.
really good point, especially with Soledad's mom. I didn't know how I wanted to talk about that for the episode, but that's a really good point.
Yeah. and just accepting that.
Yeah. And I mean, Soledad being older, I'm sure played a
For
role in her
sure.
being able to accept who her mother was
Mhm.
and the things that she'd seen
Mhm.
while they were growing up. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, Kennedy Ryan, and to these characters, because, you know.
Um there were also just like moments that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Can I share?
Sure.
Okay. Um I wrote that when Soledad is going on her, she doesn't cancel the anniversary date dinner. She decides to
Oh,
go on
yeah.
her own. Uh, I wrote that. First of all, I loved that Judah was so obsessed with her that he was watching her lives.
I know.
What a
That
good
was
boy.
really funny.
What a good man. Sorry, but he Googled because he was like, "What does she mean? She's going on her anniversary date? She's divorced, isn't she? Is she going to the prison, or she's gonna have a conjugal visit?" He was, but then he had Googled if conjugal
A
visits
while ago. Like, are we okay?
when he was first arrested. That's what you Googled. Look, you're
That's what you
insane.
wanted to
He
know.
needed to know because he was invested, and he was like, "Wait a minute, I need to know what I'm dealing with here." It's insane. I loved it.
Good for Soledad.
Okay, right? He was like, it's illegal here in Georgia. It's like, okay. Ain't nobody checking for you,
Which,
Judah.
by the way, I didn't know that it wasn't
It
legal in
wasn't
most
all states. Yeah,
states.
me either. God bless you, married
Crazy.
people.
Yeah, I got a lot going on anyway.
Okay, truly,
I'm
truly.
sorry.
You're right. Um. Oh, I also wrote that I expected Judah to go to the anniversary date, and I really, really, really loved that he didn't.
I think in my previous experience with certain books, yeah, he would have showed up.
Right.
Thank God that was not the case in
Mm-hmm.
this book because that wasn't
It
I
wasn't for
wouldn't have
him.
liked that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I loved that he didn't go. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I love that she had that time to herself.
So, dislikes, I don't recall disliking anything. It
Period.
was just a good book. I had a
Mm-hmm.
great time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll think of some once you start telling me what you disliked, but I
I
liked it.
mean, yes. Yes. I loved it. There was nothing that I disliked.
Hmm.
There is, however,
Ooh.
someone that I
Oh,
disliked.
that goes
So
without even saying. We
to
have
my
someones.
core,
We have multiple
I literally
someones.
wrote when I was reading, Edward, I hate him from the pit of my tum.
That man was
Awful.
eh,
Awful.
evil.
Can I say I've read other Kennedy Ryan books. She writes an evil man really well.
I'm sorry for whatever she's been through.
Yeah, I don't know where you are drawing that inspiration from, but wow, what an
Awful.
awful, awful guy. Um, I just wrote that, like he wanted to completely break Soledad.
Mm-hmm.
He just thought that he was everything. He thought he was so smart. He thought that he was sharp. He thought that he could get away. Like he was slick.
It always shocks me how some men can also be so ruthless with their children
That's also what I wrote.
because it's one thing for you to not have any care or regard for a, a partner,
Mm-hmm.
but
Your
children?
kids? He didn't care about
Children
those
is
kids.
crazy to me, especially because those girls were obsessed with him,
Oh my
especially the middle
god.
one. The
Yeah.
middle, Inez,
Mm-hmm.
thought that like the sun came out of and like went back down
Her
out of
daddy, her
his,
daddy, her daddy.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah, that's whatever I said.
awful.
He did not give up about those kids.
And what is the point of men like that? Why do you decide that it's okay for you to pretend like you care so much about the person that you're marrying and like prop her up
Mm-hmm.
so that she does marry you and then you completely switch up?
Yeah. Like what was his end? I want to know what his end game was if she hadn't gotten the test results that she'd gotten. Um and decided
I
that
think
she was
abandon.
gonna
I think
divorce
abandon
her
them no matter
no
what.
matter what.
I think
I
he
mean, the
wanted
plane ticket.
yeah, but he wanted her to believe, oh yeah, you play along and I get out in like a year or something like that, and then
And it's
I
me and
keep
you,
all the
baby.
right, but then he's gonna keep all the money and he's not gonna take care of her or the three girls. He
Mm-mm.
does not give a crap. Still is something that I can't fathom, but
I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. And Amber,
ooh,
yeah, you're
that
the second thing
girl
I hate because you're the worst kind of woman.
and absolutely the worst kind of woman. You know why? Because you're stupid.
Hmm.
He's gonna do that all
The same thing to you.
over again. And it's gonna be so much worse because what did I just say? You're stupid.
Yeah, and there's nothing stupider than a woman who thinks she can change a man. He is who he is, honey.
Hey.
And you thought you would be different, dummy.
You know, it's really funny that you say that because what it sparked in me was thinking, you don't realize that the first one he married was the best one he could get. The
Always.
second one is not the best. Oh, but you know, her and that grandmother can keep that white baby.
Okay, nobody care about that white baby.
I'm sorry, baby. It's not
I'm
your
sorry.
fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault that you were born into that. I'm so
but
sorry. Sorry to that baby.
but you know, your
I'm just
grandmother is trash, and
your
so is
grandma's
your
trash.
dad, and so is your mom. You really have a lot to make
Also,
up
was she
for.
messing with her cousin? I never
That's
had
not her
clarity.
cousin.
I never had clarity if that was her cousin or not.
That wasn't her
It
cousin.
was weird to call him your cousin.
That wasn't her cousin.
I hope not.
She was messing with him, obviously, but that wasn't her cousin.
I hope
She
not.
was, because again, she was stupid, so she couldn't come up with a lie that made sense.
My cousin?
She only said that, I thought she only said that because she didn't want her to say something to Edward.
Mm.
Because she knew that if she did say something to him, then he would be like,
Girl, you cheating on
oh,
me?
you're cheating on me? And remember how he was like, oh, they broke that off while you're in
That's what's gonna
jail?
happen to him.
While you're in jail?
Right.
You think she's not? Okay. Okay.
But that's gonna be his karma. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Amber.
What a nasty man. Because I can't say that word. What a nasty man.
Nasty man.
Honestly.
Fill in the
Ridiculous.
blanks.
Please put whatever you want in there.
Okay.
If
You
you think
won't
of
be off.
something if you think of something creative, don't write it in our comments. But think about it real hard.
DM us.
I don't know if, oh yeah, you can do that on Instagram, on TikTok. Please follow us.
Let's keep going.
Great. So now we can move into our ratings.
Okay.
As you might already know,
Mm-hmm.
we rate things on a scale of WTF was that? Interesting, but wouldn't read again. It was good. Loved. Would read again. And how will I ever go on? So, what'd you rate this one?
How will it ever go on?
Oh.
It's how I Miss Ryan. But it's also a love would read again, which I have read it again. And I'm not really someone who's like a full like I don't read a full book over again. I might go to like certain parts of a book that I enjoy and I'll be like, "Oh, I really love this moment. I really love this moment." But this was a book that I was able to like read top to top to bottom, guys.
Beginning to end.
From the front to the back, okay?
I think we're good.
Yeah. Anyway. How did you rate this book, E?
I rated it as loved, would read again.
Mm.
And that is only because I felt like I did have my fill of them. Yeah, that's all. It's
Yeah.
not how will I ever go on. I feel like she closed it up
She did.
really well. So,
but when I say how will I go on, it's really to like, okay, wait, I want to read with Hendrix now. Like I'm not done with these people. I enjoy reading about these people. This couple was good, and you wrapped it up well. Now I'm like, all right, what's next?
Yeah, I'm not really a series about other people kind of
I know you
person.
aren't. So like, go ahead. How'd you do with this?
This one was good. I enjoyed this one. I typically, okay, so my thing is, I typically feel like the series about other people are not as good.
Hmm.
Like the other characters, I don't like them as much, but Soledad and Judah, I like them a lot. So, and I feel like I would like Hendrix too.
Mm.
I was actually interested in reading about Hendrix. The more that I read about her in this
This
one,
one.
I wanted to read hers. And when I
Yeah.
like flipped the page and it said Hendrix coming spring 2025, I was like, "What? I'm so
Right.
excited."
All right, we've made it to the quiz portion of our show.
Woo!
I feel like that face was insane.
That's okay.
Anyway, um, he's gonna be asking me some questions, and
I
I'll
am.
see if I can answer them.
I almost malfunctioned there and said, "I'm doing what?" It's me that's asking the
That's her
questions.
that's asking.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And this time,
Hmm.
I will know the answers.
I'm excited.
So, what does Hendrix say the following about? This is all mine. Okay? Does she say it about the peace cobbler or does she say it about the iced cinnamon loaf?
Can I get the line
What line before?
before she said no?
No, because I literally just have this is all mine.
Thought I'd ask. Okay. Um, was it about the cobbler?
The
It was
cobbler
about the cobbler,
or the
right?
cinnamon loaf?
Wasn't it at Thanksgiving?
No, it's wrong.
Oh, wait, no, Thanksgiving was the other one. Ah,
It was the iced cinnamon
it
loaf.
was.
Yeah, she had saved it for Yasmin.
I remember.
Sorry, gal.
It's okay.
Better luck on these next two.
Okay.
Second question is, who said the following? My grandmother used to watch her stories every day when we stayed with her over the summer. Is it A, Soledad, B, Yasmin, C, Hendrix, or D, Lola?
Um,
Do you need me to say it again?
no, no, no. I just don't know if it's Lola or Soledad. It's one of them because they went to visit their grandma every summer. So it's one of the Charles sisters. What was it?
Who is it?
It's one of them.
Say the answer. You can't be indecisive on this, ma'am.
This is who I am.
That's not how you get points.
It's just who I am.
That's not how you get
I'm just
points.
a girl. Soledad.
You're wrong.
It was Lola.
You're wrong.
Who was
It
it?
was Hendrix.
Oh wow. She
It
went to
was a trick question. Because
someone's obsessed with Hendrix.
yeah, she's great. I actually had I think like three quotes from Hendrix, but it's because they were easy to switch up.
Throw you off.
Yeah.
Or throw me off.
I think this one was about watching Days of Our Lives.
Who
So
was she talking to? Am I allowed to ask that in the
Soledad and
questions?
Lola. I don't know. Don't start asking questions. Either you know it or you know it. Why are we going for hints? We're not a game show.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
we are one day. You never know.
You know I'm competitive.
We shoot for the stars. So then do your work.
I read the book.
Whatever.
Twice.
Anyway, third question. Who
Mhm.
said the following? Her food is inedible. A. Edward. B. Judah. C. Soledad. Or D. Dolores.
Oh, it was Dolores.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
The food was bad.
The food was awful,
It was
you
not good.
guys. It looked like that. Has anybody seen? I'm sure people have seen this. The video that's going viral on, I think it's TikTok, and it's like this huge white bubble, and it's at a big, at like a fancy restaurant,
Mm.
and the waiter comes and like cuts it up. And once the thing has deflated and it shows the chicken has
Nothing on
no
it.
seasoning,
Mm-mm.
not even a color on it. It's just a white chicken.
Yeah, take that away from me. Who
I
paid
would
for
have
that?
screamed. I
I don't know.
would have screamed.
I got up and left. Like
That's
the of what's her name? Annalise Keating where she like gets up and she grabs her bag and she goes. And with me, I'm like, because who's eating that?
Well, anyway, not sorry to that restaurant. Do better. On to our tearjerker quote slash meaningful quotes.
Okay, let me get my
Would you like to go
notes.
first?
This is Judah. Judah says,
Wait, is this a tearjerker or is this meaningful? Which one?
What a tearjerker? I
Okay.
don't know.
No, I just want
I
to
don't
set the
know.
scene
No, I
for the
understand.
people.
I don't know that this is a tearjerker, but it's definitely
Okay.
like meaningful. It was a oomph quote. Judah says, I've come to realize that a woman who wants more and realizes she deserves it is a dangerous thing. And I was like, come on, Judah. Come on, Judah.
Yep. It's Soledad reading her mom's diary. She goes, "To me, he misses the point, as men so often do. When you hurt the way we women sometimes have to, when you lose so much, when the world ends over and over and over again, we are no longer butterflies. Those wings are much too fragile to carry us on and through. I'm a hornet. I can love and I can sting." Yeah. Oh, I'm getting
I have that
chills.
one too.
Okay.
That's what wow. I love that she also, we said this already, but I love that we kind of touched on it. That she went back and read her mom's journals.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was able to get through because she misses her mom. And she kind of like got to go through this with the guidance of her mom. Catalea also wrote in her journal, there's so many ways to break a woman's heart. Her children, her lover, her body when it betrays her. Life is clever that way. Devising plans for our demise from the moment we're born. Death by a million heartbreaks, 1,000 regrets, 100 goodbyes.
Yeah.
Come on, Mom.
A wise lady.
She was.
The body betraying you is a lot.
Right?
We go through it all the time.
Okay.
So, and this is, for me, this is Judah saying this to Soledad. He goes, focus on yourself, but when you do think about this relationship, don't compare it to anything else, to anyone else. Draw a picture in your mind of what a future could look like, and really believe this could be us. Wow.
Why would you say that to me? I just told you I don't want to be married to nobody again. Marry me right now.
I loved that.
Me too.
That was an awesome way to look at things. So mature. I
That
appreciate
man just
him.
knows what he wants.
He really did.
It's like unsettling. So to me, I'd run. I'd be like, oh my god, he too grown. But it was beautiful.
Well, they were a divorced couple.
They were divorced adults with parents.
With parents?
No, they are parents with children.
Well, I'm glad that they had parents.
And they had parents, for sure.
They got here.
That's how they got here. There's something bold about eating alone, enjoying your own company, and not waiting for nobody. Come on, Miss Soledad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Although I really don't like eating alone.
I don't mind it. It is something empowering about it.
There are certain meals that I don't like eating alone for.
Like what?
Like, I don't like eating alone for dinner. I don't like it either for lunch very much, but for dinner, I don't like it. I grew up eating with people, so it's weird. Breakfast, I don't really need to eat breakfast with you. I think I kind of would prefer that you shut up for breakfast. Putting it out there.
Oh yeah, I was very bossy, guys. Just found out today.
It's not bossy.
It's not bossy. It's particular.
Yes, I am very particular.
You are.
But I don't express it. I let people do whatever they need to do, unless if I'm overwhelmed. If I'm overstimulated, game over. You cut it out. Anyway, your quote I had was, glad you guys are getting to know us. As fast as God gives, Yasmin says, as fast as you get. One thing you shouldn't second guess is a blessing. Yes. Yes. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome quote.
Yeah, but it's an awesome quote. Wait, I have a really good one too. It's a
Share it
long.
with the class.
I will. Um, Soledad says or thinks there aren't enough sonnets for friendship. Not enough songs for the kind of love not born of blood or body, but of the time and care. They are the ones we choose to laugh and cry and live with. When lovers come and go, friends are the ones who remain. We are each other's constants. And she had some really good friends.
She really
She
did.
had
It's
really.
very much giving Sex in the City.
Mm,
We're each other's soulmates.
right?
Yeah. I mean, as we know, society is getting weird these days, and we're realizing that our friends are,
Our people.
yeah, they're awesome.
Come on, Meredith Grey.
We got to remember that.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
other quote was because I thought it was, what?
I said, remember it.
What do I have to do with this? Anyway, um, this one was just interesting to me. Ryan has interesting little tidbits in her books that I don't know.
Okay.
She said, "We actually do pay." No, it's not it's the FBI agent. He says, "We actually do pay to replace anything we break." He says, "I know this is a lot, but we're just doing our job." Is that real? Does the FBI actually pay for anything that they break if they do a raid? No? Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
I so I heard
Got it. So you've heard.
what I read in other books.
Okay.
Judah, that man, that man, that man. He said, I know he's your husband, but don't count on him, Soledad. Not when your future is at stake. You need to look out for you and your daughters. Come on. He's been investigating your husband for over a year. He know him better than you do at this point. Listen to that
Yeah.
man. And she do.
Even if he didn't like her,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that.
Come on.
Because he didn't have to do that.
At all.
He could have just immediately thought of her as someone who, oh, she's
Right.
probably just going along with this, whatever.
Exactly.
Aaron, he
Hmm.
says, "Sorry, sorry, sorry," he says, pressing his forehead harder into mine, holding my hand as if I'm the thing anchoring him to the ground as that balloon drifts away. Sorry, sorry, sorry. And this is when he has the breakdown about the cube.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting chills right now. It was a lot.
It was.
It was a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
it was really nice to see his dad come through for him.
Mm.
And his brother too, because
Yeah.
Adam was really there for him. It was
Yeah.
very sweet. My second tearjerker was this was Soledad talking about Ines, but she's not actually talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, she loves an undeserving man. It's a sorrow most women experience at some point in their lives, whether it's a father who neglects, or a son who forgets, or a husband who betrays. These men let us down, and we pull ourselves back up, hopefully with the help of other women who love us in ways that heal. That one was beautiful and
Mm-hmm.
goes in line with what we were talking about before, talking about our soulmates being our friends.
Yeah.
Um, that's all I had to say about that one. That one really touched my spirit.
When she says to Inez, like, he's not my husband, but like he is your dad. I love that she like just because I'm not with him anymore doesn't mean that like that should change how you look or view your father.
Yeah.
How he treated me is not, you know.
Or I mean, she does say,
I don't trust him with you.
I don't
Yes.
think he's a good man."
Right. She's honest with her children, which is beautiful. But she also isn't like that doesn't mean you shouldn't love your dad.
Right. Giving them the space to have nuance in their life
Yeah.
is amazing
Because
because
that's
they're only children and they have to learn from you.
exactly. Let's move on to superlatives.
Yeah, girl.
Okay. Class clown. Edward. The biggest clown. The
Oh,
biggest
I thought you
goof.
would have said Hendrix. Class clown, I usually enjoy that person. I don't enjoy Edward at all.
Nah. He was just a goofy.
Okay. Daddy's girl is Inez.
Mm.
She reminded me so much of Deja,
Mm-hmm.
but like in the worst way too, because I don't even. How old was she in this book?
Inez?
Yeah, I don't know how old she
Middle
was.
school, I think.
Maybe I need to be more graceful for a middle schooler because I don't understand how you could.
Talk to your mom that way.
It's not about talking to your mom that way. It's about you believing that your dad
Mm.
wasn't a criminal. believing that someone was out to get him and that that's why he got caught and he got sent away. No, honey, you've been taught right from wrong. You're not doing that kind of stuff. So why would you suddenly think, "Oh, I'm going to defend my dad tooth and nail over this?"
Cause her dad, her dad, her dad. You can't tell no daddy girl about her dad.
That'll be your downfall. That'll be your downfall. You believing that like the first man that loves you is infallible like
Mm.
that.
You definitely need to realize that your parents are just
That'll be
humans.
your downfall
For sure.
for like men in general for the rest of your life, and men will disappoint. As Catalaya said, men will disappoint you. That'll be your downfall. I could love my dad so much. No way he's getting investigated by the FBI, and I'm like, somebody's out to get him.
Blind trust.
Yeah, we're not into that. I'm not into blind trust.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, so in my notes I have that I might feel like I relate to Soledad. It was the
Mm-hmm.
whole like the it while she was dating herself, she was trying to figure out, did I have bad judgment
Mm.
or did someone switch up on me? Like what happened? How did I get to have bad judgment? I felt like I related to that
Mm.
in like being unsure of whether you have good or bad judgment. Because I don't know, sometimes I do think that you meet people and they're fine. I do think you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Yes, I don't blindly trust, but at the same time, what you said is what you said, and I have to take your word for it. And sometimes I have thought to myself, well, did I make a mistake by giving this person
Mm.
the benefit of the doubt? And other times I don't agree because I feel like you needed that period, lesson, whatever in your life to be able to get somewhere else. And it
True.
honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's all for your own good. But I felt like I related to that. Since we were talking about this earlier, I also relate to Judah with the sensory overload. Um, if I am overwhelmed, I will then share my sensory overloads. Otherwise, no, I just keep it to myself, like chewing on a straw.
She You waited
Or
17 years
or
to tell me
other
it
like
bothers you.
items like like plastic forks. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Maybe that's me. Like, what is that called?
Why is that you?
What? I don't know.
Our next segment is big screen, small screen.
Hmm.
So, this is where we're going to discuss where we'd like to see this book, if we'd like to see this book in theaters, on streaming, as a show. Take it away.
I can see this show as a miniseries, which is how I feel about most books. I feel like, for
Hmm.
the most part, definitely, yeah, I can see this as a miniseries. Come on, Netflix. Come on, HBO.
I at first said I didn't feel like I could see it as a show or a movie, but then thinking about especially the beginning with the FBI raid, I do think it would make a good limited series.
I thought of Zoe Saldana as Soledad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking at first. Obviously, I was trying to think of someone with like that hair,
Mm.
and then it made me really sad that like I couldn't think of an Afro Latina actress
Who wears her hair like
who
that?
wears her hair like
Yeah.
that or who looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even think of many dark skin or darker toned actresses that I know, that we know in, the US. I'm sure you
Yeah.
know of, women. It made me sad. I was like, man, these like the names that I know, and I'm like, they all look alike. They all the same shade.
Yeah, I kept thinking that the actual person that they have on the cover, I was like, get her to play it.
Right? Who is she?
Because I don't know.
That's my girl. But
For real.
I did think of Zoe though. I thought that she would tap in well. Also thought about. I know I said this for Josiah as well, but I
Mm.
could see I see it more for Judah, Aldonis or Aldonis Hodge,
Aldous.
Aldis.
Yeah, I found out when I was editing the last video.
Oh, okay,
Aldous.
it's Aldis. I could also see Trevante Rhodes, maybe. Um, for Tremaine, I said Danielle Brooks. I like immediately just thought of Danielle Brooks is.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately thought of her. Like I don't know the way that she was written. I was like, this is Danielle Brooks. And for Edward, I said Eddie Cibrian.
Oh,
Right?
interesting. Did you get anything for the girls? Because I felt like that was
No. Oh
hard.
yeah, that'd be impossible for me to do. You
Like,
don't know them.
Lupe
Actually,
had red hair. What?
you know what? Now that like we're saying this now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually picturing. I don't know that they're acting. Jessica Alba and her husband Cash Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Their girls kind of look like this.
Mm.
How they describe. They have a daughter who's like really pale with red hair.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, maybe.
I don't know.
You never
Honor
know.
or
If you
whatever.
take our
Haven
ideas,
maybe is her name.
pay us.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Not please, pay us.
What did you learn?
The FBI thing would have been the thing that I learned. But you said it's not true. The FBI thing would have been something. And then
If it is true, somebody tell us. I've never heard of it being true.
yeah, maybe it's true for rich people.
People who are gonna be like,
Right,
you broke my stuff.
right. Who have the means
It
to
means,
fight the
yeah,
FBI
that's true.
2 times over. Anyway.
2 times over, it's crazy.
Because it's true.
Fight you in court twice.
Right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was um, their emphasis on it being okay to want to be partnered and that being part of your wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to acknowledge the fact that part of your wholeness is your desire for love.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was beautiful for her
Right?
because she'd spent so long trying to work on herself and make sure that she knew how to trust. And honestly, you can't know that you trust until you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't blindly trust, but I have to take you at your word,
Right. See where it takes us.
and that's where I felt like she was going with this,
Yeah.
or her friends and family were going with this. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna know until you do it, and he seems like a pretty awesome choice.
Yeah.
Edward was giving everyone red flags from the beginning.
Everybody.
From the
Lola
beginning is
says,
crazy though. Like her sisters were like, I never liked him. What?
yeah, please don't let me marry somebody. Sisters. Friends.
I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't.
Sensory overload.
Just be like, okay. But wait, all right. Cool. All right. I was going to say,
enough.
Lola, I think she had said something like, when you brought him home and he was a Celtics fan or something like
Oh
that, she was
yeah.
she was like, you brought him a white dude, that's fine. You brought him a corny white dude, or something like that. I don't know. It was funny though.
It was funny. I remember that. Did you learn anything?
I did. I never learned things, but things were definitely like emphasized that I was already kind of like
Chewing
down.
on?
Yeah, I'm already down the path of. So I wrote that something that's been on theme for me this past year is this is our parents' first time living too,
Mm,
and they're figuring it out, and they're just human, and we gotta give them the grace to make mistakes and figure things out.
absolutely.
Like they're not just mommy and daddy;
Mm-hmm.
they are, you know, people.
Which I loved the fact that in the book we got to see her mom acknowledge the fact that she loved both of those men in different ways.
Hmm.
And I liked that he did and that Bray did end up coming back
Me
and they got
too.
at least the ending together.
And she wrote, oh, this is kind of a tearjerker moment, just bringing it back a bit. She writes that at her mom's funeral, Bray cried like harder than them, and she didn't know it was for like, the loss of her, like the time that he lost with her. Something else. Don't ever make yourself small or dim your light to let someone else shine.
Oh
And
yeah.
for years, for decades, Soledad truly, like, he really thought she was. I just kept thinking of like Survivor playing, like,
I don't even know that she knew she was dimming her light. That's what's
mm,
crazy is that
mm-mm.
she thought that she was being supported
Yeah,
supportive
that she was just
by,
being a team player.
yeah, by dimming her light. And I don't think anybody ever told her you're dimming yourself.
Hmm.
I don't think that's what she heard because I mean often the conversation is it's okay to be a stay-at-home mom. That is a job within itself.
Truth.
And so I do think that she was struggling with that perception of her that people might have, but there's a difference. You have to have someone who appreciates everything that you do, and he
Hmm.
obviously didn't appreciate it. And for how long was he not appreciating it and you didn't notice it?
Yeah.
That also to me means you weren't grateful for yourself.
Hmm. For sure. Sometimes it's that found family that really gets you out of those dark places and supports you like blood. That's what I wrote because she had just the things that her friends were like even willing to do. I was like, that's like people don't have that.
No, they don't. Would you read more from this author?
Obviously,
Yeah,
3000%.
no need to keep going.
Already deciding what I'm reading next.
Actually, I have something in my Libby cart.
Oh, let me know.
Mm,
It's the tea. Trying to
mm.
hold that on me.
But that's not what we're going to read for next
No,
episode.
ma'am. Next
Next
episode.
episode, we are reading Happy Place by Emily Henry.
Yes.
So make sure that you have read through it all so that you can chat with us. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Also, make sure that you're turning on that notifications, that you know when we're uploading.
Yes.
Follow us on all the socials. Our link tree and our links will be in the bottom or in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you stay tuned for our next video, like you said.
Yeah. We'll see you at the next meeting, girlies.
Bye, girlie.
Bye, girlies.